when Paul says that he is a new creation, and now we've talked about this last year and we've talked about it before, but if we don't know what it looks like, then we're going to remember our childhood. So what we have is we have lots of memories. But I want to tell you, those memories locked up in your brain when before you were a new creation can be detrimental. They can be locked up on the inside and cause you to have a viewpoint. Because if you were raised in poverty, you might still have that stigma. If you were raised in a family that didn't want a girl but wanted a boy, and you knew that later on, and all of these different equations. But Paul says, and guess what? Paul was a Pharisee. Paul knew how to follow the rules, and now he's come out with there aren't any rules. Now, do you think that he became a new creation? Well, I guess he did. And we should have as dramatic a conversion, a redemption, as Paul in the way we think and relate to God. Paul had been raised with a material ideal of God. Chop up an animal, take it to the temple, get forgiveness, and keep the rules, keep the new moons, keep the Sabbaths, keep the feasts, keep. And to the degree that you could do that, hello, and I know that nobody in this room tried to keep the rules. When I first got saved, I read every book because I said I did everything but wrap myself in cellophane, and it was suggested. Way too much information for some of you, I know. So if we understand that we are a new creation, and that word that describes the new creation that Paul uses is the word kainos. Now, this is not new because we've talked about it before, but we're going someplace with this. You can't come out of inertia. You can't move. You can't even hear a word from God and act on it unless you know your identity, who you are. Now, I go home with myself and you go home with yourself. And we know who we think we are, but that is the wrong way to move from today on. Can I have an amen? If anyone is in union with Christ, he is a new being. He is a new being. Now, this new being, it's very explicit. This definition of kainos leaves nothing to the imagination. He's saying, I am so new, you are so new, that you are not just an upgrade of your former self. It's not like somebody traded in a new cell phone. You are an entirely new creation. You are an entirely new person. And the word kainos means, according to Strong's, it means a new kind, unprecedented. Then unprecedented means without previous instance, never before known or experienced, unexampled or unparalleled. You are uncommon. And we used to make fun of the fact that we were identified as peculiar. You are so much more than peculiar.